Butterfingers. With Angie, stir me up, check it.
Welcome to 2013. Hi, this is Reverend R. Ken saying, this can be your year of self-discovery. Will you set a new course for your life? Will you commit to self-renewal and wholeness? We can help. Through the art of spiritual healing by Joel Goldsmith, you can heal from past issues. Join co-facilitator Barbara Holt and myself as we bring you the art of spiritual healing on Tuesday nights starting January 22nd. Register right now. There's room for you. Blessings and bliss.
Okay. I'm here today with Mr.
Maurice Grey.
So Maurice, tell us a little bit about why you called a press conference.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Wanda. The reason for calling a press conference was to bring people in to see what I see every day. I look out of the window of my office. A building abandoned, wide open, just waiting on crime to come within. Also the filth that's surrounding the property. The things that our children have to see every day. The dangers that they have to walk past every day. I just want to show someone and do something about what we're showing. Not just show and tell. Do something about what we're showing.
Okay, so now that property that you showed me, it's all denigrated. The porch is falling down. There's trash all around the building. We didn't go into the building, but it looks as though the building has been demolished from the inside out.
That's correct.
Okay. How long has it been in that state?
It's been like that for, I would say, at least 2.5 years.
So prior to 2.5 years, did people live in that property, or was it still in an abandoned state?
It's been in an abandoned state for at least 5 years.
Wow.
I actually attempted to purchase the property 5 years ago. We offered $50,000 for the property, and the people that owned it wanted $80,000. So we couldn't come to terms, and we walked away from the deal. But we were very interested in the property because we have another property on that block.
Okay. So now, have you tried to work with your alderman or the city in any capacity to acquire that property?
Yes, ma'am. We went to Alderman Chandler's office, and we inquired with him about the property, and he told us that he would get back to us. We also informed him that the property was open, as in the condition that it's in currently. And again, he said he would look into it. So we've talked to him a couple of times about purchasing, but we've informed him many times of the issues of the property. Correct.
You also told me of an incident that occurred with a little girl in front of that property.
Correct. A young lady was abducted in front of that property.
How many years ago was that?
Months. This was last year. Yes, maybe about 3 months ago this occurred.
How old was the child?
She was 14.
14 years old. And did she survive the abduction?
Yes, she did. Okay. She did.
Was she harmed any way other than being abducted?
Yes, she was raped by all the young men that abducted her. There were 6 young men involved.
Oh my God! 6 of them?
Yes.
Did they ever get apprehended? Were they caught?
No.
Oh boy! So where's the young lady now?
I don't know. I believe her family moved. They lived across the street from me on St. Louis Street, but I believe that they moved since that time.
Okay, so that was one of the reasons that prompted you to go to the alderman and ask him for his assistance in boarding up the facility, or at least making it safe for other young women that may be in the neighborhood.
No, I haven't been to the alderman to ask him about that.
Okay.
After that event, because I figured we had asked him enough about that property. In addition to that, the alderman came on the block of the property and walked down the block. So I felt no need. I feel no need to go and talk to him anymore about something that I saw him walk past with my own 2 eyes.
Who is your alderman?
Alderman Michael Chandler.
Okay. Okay, so if there's a message you would like to render to Alderman Chandler as a resident of this community, what would that message be?
You know what? Right now, I don't even want to send them a message.
Okay.
I would like to send a message to my brothers and sisters of this community.
Okay.
It is time for us to stand up and begin to take back our own community and stop sitting back waiting on politicians and other people to take care of our community. We need to stand up and be men and women for the children of our community, just as we had men and women stand up for us, such as Dr. Martin Luther King, such as Malcolm X. We need to stand up in our community and stop waiting and looking for other people to take care of our community.
Okay, in your estimation, how many abandoned properties are there in this particular block that the property is on?
In that block, there is two that I know of.
Okay, and if your goal is today is to clean the area around the property and to secure it in terms of putting boards up?
Yes.
Okay, and if no one comes to help you that has volunteered to do that, you're going to do it on your own?
That's correct.
Okay, so then we'll come back and see it once you've done that.
Okay.
Okay, so then you took me to another property that you're working on that's going to become like a training facility for our youth.
Yes.
Where is that located?
That address of that property is 3456 West 16th Street. Excuse me.
Okay.
It's 3456 West 16th Street.
And you acquired that from somebody that you knew.
Correct.
That's excellent. Can you walk us through now? I'll be showing pictures to show them the inside of the property and the outside of the property. Tell us the story behind the property.
Okay. The first entrance will be a resource center. That's going to be a resource center. Now, with that particular entrance, it's pretty much ready.
Okay.
We already have running water in the building. Well, let me start at the beginning.
Okay.
That particular property, a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, was on the demolition list.
Whoa.
So we had to work hard to get it off the demolition list. And we currently have it off the demolition list, and we've started to bring it back to life. That particular property has been closed down, I believe, 2 decades.
Whoa, 20 years?
Yes, I believe close to that, if not that.
Okay.
We currently have running water in there. We currently have electricity in there. And we have life in the building again.
Okay. So you have other people working with you to restore the property?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How many people is there approximately working with you?
Well, that changes daily. It varies. Some days I may have 5. Some days I may have 1.
Okay.
Some days I have none, and that includes myself. Some days I don't even have the image to do it. So,
Okay. All right.
I mean, not the image, the energy to do it. Correct.
So tell us what's going to be in the property. What kind of facilities? What kind of operations?
Okay, on the first facility will be a resource center.
Okay.
The second one is going to be a restaurant. The third is going to be a barbershop, beauty salon, nail technician setup. The fourth will be a convenience store.
Sounds like you've mapped out some facilities that your community may not have. Does your community have nail shops and barbershops in it now?
Yes, it does.
What
It
about
does.
grocery stores?
It does.
What about a restaurant?
It does.
You have restaurants around here?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think one of the differences in what we're doing that's unlike some of the other facilities that you just mentioned is this one will be owned by people like ourselves.
Okay. And operated.
And operated by people like ourselves.
Okay. And you're going to train the youth to run those businesses.
Absolutely. Our goal is we're going to convert the upstairs into offices. And our goal is to train the youth on how to own and operate businesses in their community.
Okay.
In addition to training them on how to own and operate businesses in their community, we're going to set up other spots for them, other commercial pieces for them to move into once they complete the training. If they complete the training and they are exceptional at what they do, We intend to set them up in another site,
And let them continue.
and they will run their business. They will own and operate their own business. And what we're going to do is follow them for whatever. We haven't finished the paperwork on it, but basically we want to follow them just like any other baby.
So are you going to set up, is this going to become, are you going to establish a training school? Is it going to be a school or just a training program that you will embark upon? Because you got 4 different kinds of businesses, but they all will require the same kind of basic business operating capacity.
Correct. Well, we're gonna what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a live training.
Okay.
So you'll have real customers coming in. You'll be dealing with day-to-day business.
Okay.
The only difference in that, you'll be getting paid while you're training. And you're getting live customers coming in. So what better way to train you than to train you with live ammunition?
Are these young people going to be trained in building construction, in plumbing, in electrical, in cabinetry? Are they going to be trained in those capacities as well to get the property up to what it should be, code?
Yes, we're going to work with the young people on that. But again, at that level, we have a couple of things that's going, and I hadn't had a chance to share this with you. We own property in the community, and that's the second piece to soil. Excuse me, let me tell you a little bit about soil.
Okay, yes.
Soil is spelled SOYL.
SOYL.
Correct.
Okay.
It's an acronym for Save Our Youth Landscaping. Now, soil started in 2009. We wanted to make a difference in our community by doing something to stop the crime and senseless killing that was going on in our community. So I asked God to let me do something. So he blessed me with an opportunity to meet a young lady named Miss Chitty from CPS. And Miss Chitty and I met, and she wanted to do a collaboration with me. And that's how the whole piece started. When I left Miss Chitty, we had a meeting. Miss Chitty, the alderman, Ed Smith. We were working with a church at that time. The pastor of the church and the first lady, and there was another young lady, Rashida Ali, who brought the Miss Chitty and I together. So we met and we had a nice discussion, and we decided that we would form a program that would enable me to train the youth on how to do landscaping. So we worked with Marshall High School that first year.
Okay.
We had 20 students from Marshall High School. And we agreed, CPS and I agreed to pay those students whatever the minimum wage was at that time. And they would work. I set up a program where they worked 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. And they were paid minimum wage. Well, that for 6 weeks, it was a 6-week summer program. Well, that is where it started.
Okay.
So after Miss Chitty and I and all the other people that were at the meeting agreed upon everything and shook on it and signed off, I went home and I asked God, I said, God, what you doing? I said, what are you doing? Now here, little old raggedy me, you done brought me into somewhere that I know nothing about. I haven't been over here, don't know the people over here. And now you done set me down with someone from Chicago Public School and then gave me a contract. I said, now, what am I going to name this organization that these people are working for, that these people have signed on to work with? I didn't even have a name at that time.
Wow.
So that night, I said, well, you done gave me the contract, so you had to give me a name. So I went to sleep that night, and I said, and just left it like that. I don't know a name, don't have a clue. I woke up that morning, and he said to me, soil. And me being sarcastic, thinking I know something. I said, so God, what does SOIL have to do with you? He said, no, stupid. It's SOYL. Excuse me.
I love your interpretation of what God said to you. And sometimes, he be talking right at us.
Right.
Because he's in us.
Right.
God is in all living things.
Absolutely.
And so when that God in you, that Christ in you comes out and says, this is what you're supposed to do, that's all you have to do is do what he said.
That's it. That's it.
I like that.
That's
I
it.
like that. That's a story that everybody needs to hear.
That's it, and that's where it started. So we started the program with Marshall High School, 20 students, and I picked out because one thing I'm against having youth just sitting around doing nothing.
I got you.
So if you're gonna work for me, you're gonna work. I'm not gonna make you a slave, but you're gonna work. I'm not gonna put more on you than I can do.
Okay.
So we started in this community. We were in this community, and we were over at the bottom of at the furthest east part of the North Lawndale area.
Okay.
So we did weekly 3 days over here,
Wow.
and we did 2 days over at the church
Okay.
that we were
Where is
in.
that church located?
It's 2709 West Roosevelt.
Okay.
It's
That's,
new.
right in California.
Just east of California. It's the New Upper Room Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
We did that. We cleaned up St. Louis,
Wow.
Trumbull, and Drake. We cleaned those. We cleaned one block Monday, and I don't remember exact. No, we started over on Roosevelt. We cleaned Roosevelt Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we came over here and we cleaned from.
Y'all take photos of that?
Yeah. Actually, I do have some, and I'll show you.
Yeah.
But we started. That's how we started. And that's what it started, and it was good. I mean, I have vacant lots also in this area that we started a garden on, and I have photos of that as well.
Okay.
So we started that, and it was good. I mean, that was the first year. It was a challenge because all of the people that I said to you were at the table,
Yeah.
except only one person honestly told me at that meeting that they wouldn't be involved. I don't have any money, so I can't do anything. And you know what? That was the one that I would think that would not have said that.
Wow. So they didn't do anything?
No.
Dang.
Well, and I mean, I understand. I understand now. Why, and it's okay now. I mean, then I had an issue with it, but now I understand.
Okay.
I'm not trying to get caught up in that because that's emotional with me. But we got through that year.
Okay.
It was tough. My wife, boy, I tell you, we hustled, and I had to borrow money to make sure that those children had their money. And some days they payday was Friday, but I didn't get the money until Monday.
Okay.
So they had to work with me, and they were good. I really.
That's all that counts. As long as they got their money, the job got done. That's what's important.
Absolutely. And I heard some wonderful stories about the work that the children were doing in the community, because what we did was we maintained the grass in front of the houses between 16th and St. Louis to Ogden, between 16th and Trumbull to Ogden, and Drake to Ogden. We did all the lots. We cleaned all of those in front of the streets. We cleaned the streets. We cleaned the houses, the grass between the sidewalk and the curb. We cut. And I mean, it was a beautiful thing. I tell you, it was awesome. It really was.
Did you come out about that?
I think one time, and they did such a poor job, I just was discouraged. 20. Doing positive things.
And they came out one time, if at all.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to have to change that.
Right.
We're going to have to use our black media, our independent media,
right.
to come out and tell our stories.
Okay.
Because these stories are in our communities.
Absolutely.
They're affecting our families and our friends.
Well, I guess with me, I don't really look for the media to tell my story, because most times when you're doing stuff like that, you got a little child that's in the window. Because the first thing we did was I bought shirts for all the students to wear.
Okay.
And these are the shirts that we wore, correct?
That's nice.
And everyone had to have that on. None of the boys could sag.
Okay.
And I requested that the young ladies not wear tight clothes so tight where my boys couldn't work.
They could work. They could concentrate. I like it.
So we got a lot of attention from the young people.
So you had boys and girls?
Yes.
Excellent.
And
is the program still going on?
Yes, it is. It's still going, and it really has caught a new fire this year, and I am looking so forward to this year. And I feel that this is going to be our best year.
Okay.
I feel that.
I'd like to meet some of those young people.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the young men I still work with, in fact, he's on my board.
Okay. You got a young person on your board?
Oh, absolutely. We need life.
I love it.
We need life. We need their ideas.
I work with an organization. We just agreed that we should have young people on the board.
We have to.
If you're going to talk about doing something to enhance their lives, then they have to have some input into that.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So, yes, definitely I want you to meet these young people. But, you know, the thing that really thrills my heart is that the young children that were in the house that were watching and that wanted to be a part of Soil, that's what came out of it that really excited me and just took my heart to another level when I think about this, because we started working with children as young as 8 years old.
Wow.
And then it went down from that to children. The youngest in our group that started was a young man that was 6.
Come on.
Seriously. And those are the hardest workers. Those.
And when you inbred something like that into a child that young, they grow up being men and women that are positive thinking, productive members of our society.
Well, absolutely. I totally agree with you, because we have to remember the negative side don't wait until they get 16. You know, they start giving them drugs to carry for them young and tell them, man, you ain't going to get in no trouble. Just carry this. If they catch you, they can't do nothing to you.
I never understood that, why we would put our babies out there like that. I never understood that.
Well, you have to look at that as a person that's pretty much, in my view, less than a man or less than a woman, whoever it is that's doing such, you know. And I don't condone that under no circumstances. I've done things in my life that I regret, but one of the things that I can't ever say that I did was took any children and used them to do my dirty work.
Okay.
You know.
That's all you can say.
Absolutely.
That's a blessing right there.
Absolutely, you know.
Is there anything else that you would like our audience to know about Soil or about the activities that are going on in the community that you are advocating for?
Definitely. Right now, we are currently working with another piece to Soil. This is the second piece to Soil, which is going to the houses that we own. We own a building that we're going to convert into a transitional piece. Okay. We want to work with the youth coming out of the penal system.
Ooh, that's
and
a big piece.
Give them a place to live. We want to train them, and we're going to use those facilities and I have licensed electricians, plumbers, and carpenters that are on my team that are willing to work with these youth as we rehab houses. So we want to teach them something, and I'm working with forming a relationship with a union which will allow them to become apprentices.
Oh, wonderful.
With them.
That is wonderful.
Right, so we're working on that. That's a work in progress. But you know, I know who my leader is. So when I talk to him,
everything will be fine.
That's what it is. So that's what we're doing with that piece. And in addition to that, we have another piece that we're doing. We have a soil foundation that we're currently working on. Okay. And the soil foundation is a piece that we're working currently with a multi-million-dollar organization.
Wow.
That has given us a subcontract. Okay. And we're working with them on that and looking forward to the summer. So if this contract that we have is a successful one, which I know it will be, then we will go into the summer with the momentum that we've never had. Ooh. So this piece that we're doing with them now allows us to hire 21 youth or young people.
Excellent.
And we're paying these young people $12 an hour. Okay. And that's what this piece right now. When the summer rolls around, as the spring comes in, it's only going to get greater. Oh. So we're looking to definitely have our 6-week summer program. We're looking to do some things this year. We at Soil think that 2013 is going to be our best year.
I love it. If someone wanted to reach you, can you give us an email? Because on CAN TV, we can't use a phone number unless your organization is a 501c3. Is it a 501c3?
No, it's not a 501c3 yet.
An email so that people can reach you, and then I'll be putting my phone number for the media on the pages so that people can see it. And if they call me, I'll call you.
Okay. All right. Our email address is soyl at acninc.net. Again, that's SOYL at acninc.net.
Okay, now be sure to check that because people are going to be calling.
Oh, I sure will.
I mean, thanks a lot.
All right. Oh, absolutely, sister. We definitely want to be a part of you, of your organization. And the only way that you can get stronger is by us being supportive to you, as you are right now being supportive to us.
Because I want to bring young people with me to do this work that want to have an interest in learning how to film, how to edit, and how to broadcast the information that they get.
Now, what you sound to me like is a sister that want to be involved with the training facility.
Yes, yes.
Let's see, if you come over there with us,
Yes.
you can be training them young people as we're moving forward together.
We need to put that down. So I think that'll work.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
have
you.
a good day.
Thank you. You do the same.
Hi, this is Reverend R. Ken Turner, producer here at CAN TV, to tell you about another great show that you can catch on CAN TV. Omnibus Roundtable. That's right, Omnibus Roundtable. It's new and improved, and it's exciting because they handle the topics that you're interested in. In fact, if you have an idea for a program, if you have an idea for a show, call the number and talk with producer Wanda Carter. Look, make the time, and take the time to see Omnibus Roundtable right here on CAN TV. Blessings and bliss.
We all have basic needs for survival: food, shelter, safety. Once these are met, we could still be left with a feeling of emptiness. Have you added beauty to your life lately? A song, a painting, a walk through a garden, a smile, a hug. It's the intangibles, the wispy, fleeting moments of grace that brighten our lives and bring us satisfaction. You don't have to own a Rembrandt or an Oriental rug. Beauty is free and all around us, in nature and in those we love. Today is a great day to pause and experience the beauty in your life, and maybe create some of your own. You already have everything you need within yourself. Why not begin discovering it today?
Hi, this is Reverend R. Ken inviting you to join me on Wednesday nights. That's Wednesday nights starting January 23rd at Southside Unity, 9320 South Ashland Avenue, as I facilitate Forgive and Forget, working to get past the pain that we don't deserve. Register today, 773-445-7895, or go online to register. Blessings and bliss. See you in class.
Are you prosperous? Before you answer the question, think for a moment about how you determine your prosperity. Do you judge by the amount of money in your bank account, or the value of your material possessions and your home? The root word from which prosperity comes means hope. Hope sees possibilities. It always looks for the good. Hope has nothing to do with money or possessions. There is an unlimited supply of hope waiting for you and me to claim it. You can become more prosperous by changing your view of prosperity. Appreciate your possessions, but also ask yourself, what am I doing or saying that inspires hope? When we have eyes to see it, ears to hear it, and a heart to follow it, there's always another way.